Behind this beautiful work, there's a great author named Alessandra G.L. Gonzalez, and she was born on the 12th of March 1987 in the United States of San Diego, California. Um, she can speak multiple languages, namely English, Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, Arabic, French, and Italian. Um, she graduated from Rice University with a bachelor's degree in sociology and policy studies in 2005. Um, she um, she graduated with a doctorate also in the same university, but with a specialization in the field of religion. Um, Gonzalez received various awards for her efforts, such as Benjamin Franklin Service Award in April 2005, Presidential Scholarship in Baylor University from August 2006 to May 2011, and a lifetime membership of Omicron Delta Kappa Society on April 2010.
Brief by Alessandra Gonzalez. The speaker described the story of her relationship with the guy he met online. And in this story, it talks about the pair who is enduring a long-distance relationship, family, and choices in life. Catherine is a Filipino girl and Isaac is the guy he met online. They communicate via email. She described the person she loves with such emotion and how difficult it is for her to be separated from him. Isaac booked a flight to the Philippines to meet Catherine. They only had 8 days to spend time with her, and they went to dinner with Catherine's family on the day he arrived. Because of his nervousness, he was sweating profusely. Her mother was stuttering while talking to him in a non-smiling look. Her younger sister was excited to meet him while her older sister ignored his presence. And her grandfather was looking at him scornfully, just like how fathers express their love to their child. They had so much fun by spending their time together. They were twisted together like pretzels in his motel bed. She wrapped her hand over his chest, and as she watched him sleeping, she had this feeling that this 8-day trip would be their last meeting. They took photographs of themselves, made memories together, like the time he was in the same row as Ronald McDonald and Catherine was sitting on Ronald's lap. As they were eating in a Chinese restaurant, Isaac asked her to come fly with him, but she pretended not to hear him. She waved to the waitress to refill the teapot even though it was half full, only to avoid the situation. After she went home and prayed from her grandmother and father's altar, she picked him up and went to the hotel. While she was helping him pack his things, he then said, "You have defied your grandfather now. Why would coming with me be different?" She held him in his arms, with the voice on her head. I could not tell him that I love my family more than I love him. She was overthinking situations if they'll be separated again. It was the time to say goodbye, and at the airport, she cried in his chest. "I am not dead yet. Please hush," he said. But she kept crying. Her nose was clogged, causing it to block her breathing. 10 months 10 months and so many days later, she still finds it difficult.
In order to fully analyze the literary piece, we used both the formalist criticism and the historical biographical approach as our method of critiquing. Formalist criticism is a literary criticism under the text-dependent approach. This type of criticism focuses on the literary form itself and studies the literary devices used in the text. Historical biographical approach, on the other hand, is an author-dependent type of literary criticism. It is used to interpret literary work by studying deeper about the life of the author. It is a form of literary criticism which assesses the writer's biography in order to show the connection between the author's life and the works. In this critique paper, we aimed on analyzing the text itself, as well as finding the connections existent between the author and the piece breathed.
On the discussion of our critique, I used the formalism approach. As we can see on the critique paper on the text-dependent approach part, I explained the whole story per stanza. I explained it formally so the readers will understand and enjoy the story better. In every stanza of the story, I get its meaning and rewrite it formally and easy to understand phrases. Here's an example. Like in the first stanza, she said that I would see his face and sing his favorite song in my head long after he disappeared into the gale of people catching flights to who knows where. I explained it and I write it that the woman is in love with the man that is leaving or flying off to somewhere. And that's a simple example of the formalism approach that I write on our critique paper.